Happy Monday and welcome to today's live session. If you're new here, I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. I hope this space brings us everyone some peace, some answers to the questions that you bring today. Please do be open to the messages that Spirit has for you. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and let's get into it. I hope everyone's had a good weekend. Hey to everyone in the chat. Hey Andrea, hey Diamond, hey Sruthi. Blessings, love to see you all here. I'm just going to go over and grab the list now. Just looking at the list as well, so just to run through a few messages again of how this space works. So if you're new here, or as a gentle reminder, if you would like a free reading, just click the link in the pinned comment. You'll be taken to a form where if you just add your name and your light number, you'll be added to a list. I can see a few people posting the questions in the form, so if you can hold your question until you're called, and just put your name there instead. So there's just one person who I think it was like 13, but I know the like number's not always, so like 13, but I haven't got your name, I've just got your question. So if you can just let me know who that is, and then I can update the list. I am going to close the list now because it is filling up quickly. Hey Tia, hey Kristen. And as always, I'm an energy reader, so I don't do yes/no questions. I don't do general readings or timelines. Please provide as much detail and context as you feel comfortable with, as much as you can, because it allows me to connect to your energy and anyone else in your situation and really provide you the answers that you're looking for and a meaningful reading. I always see reading as it's a co-creation, so you get back what you put in, because this is Spirit who is channeling these messages. Hey Arisha. Hey Namira. So yeah, like I say, the person who asked about if a job is coming soon, I haven't got your name, so if you can put your name in the chat and hold your question until you're called, that would be awesome. Okay, let me go and grab this list. Enough of me chattering on. Hey Naresh, nice to see you. Naresh, you're on the list. Just hold your question until you're called, as usual. Bear with me, guys, whilst I grab this list. But Diamond Girl, you are first, my love, on the list. So if you want to go ahead and post your question. And anyone interested, I'm using the Muse Tarot deck today. First half of the list. Second half of the list. Okay, thank you, Diamond Girl. Let's get into it. So Diamond Girl says, what do my guides suggest I do to prepare for my next relationship? Great question. With my forever person in the near future. Currently single. Let's have a look, Diamond Girl. So Spirit, please bring a message through for Diamond Girl. What does she need to do to prepare for the next relationship with her forever person? Oh, lovely. Muse of Emotions, King of Cups in the traditional deck. It's about, so this person is going to hit you hard, you know, your forever person. It will be a deep love, and sometimes when the Muse of Emotions crops up, it can be that, and when we have a strong connection with someone, it can be quite overwhelming, or we can be overwhelmed by feelings, and it's almost like that we become all feelings and lose our head a bit. So in answer to a question of how to prepare, the Muse of Emotions, their strength is that they can feel very deeply, but they're able to process their feelings and not be overwhelmed. So we can start practicing that day to day, you know, when emotions come up, and we maybe can observe. Do we become reactive? Do we become impulsive? Do we need to slow down? See how to take in the feelings? Do we have a reflex of pushing down our feelings? A lot of people, you know, they get a feeling comes up and the immediate reaction can be to push it away, to reject it if it's uncomfortable, or even if it's a positive feeling sometimes, you know, if it's a strong feeling. Then what's your patterns, Diamond, of how you kind of manage those feelings, and maybe the issues around processing? What is your natural reflex? Some people overreact, some people almost underreact and shut down. And the gift and the skill of the Muse of Emotions is their gift to be able to feel all the feelings, good, bad, and process them. Just let them flow like a river through them, if you can see here. You try to push all those feelings down. So your lesson, say what your spirit guides would like you to do, is sit with those feelings, Diamond. And what it will do, it will really strengthen your position, make you better prepared, make you stronger for when this person comes along, when your forever person, because there are going to be big feelings. There is going to be insecurities maybe that come up. It's scary to fall in love when something matters. It's human nature to almost become scared of losing that. So if you can sit with those not so pleasant feelings now, wherever they come up, because we probably, as humans, we experience a roller coaster of emotions every day in some way. So in work, with family, however it crops up for you, and start practicing now how to sit and process those feelings and not shut them down. And then look at this. This is kind of your reward is, well, there's a couple of messages here, is that you will be stronger and you will be more in control and you will be in a more powerful position. But also sometimes shutting the sort of the Emperor card as well just reiterates that maybe why you want to push all those feelings down is about trying to stay in control, and maybe we need to learn how to surrender a little bit more to the process. Keep us posted how you get on with that. It's kind of a lifelong mission that I feel like for all of us, you know. Okay, so moving on to Country, my love. There we go. Right on time, right on cue. You're welcome, Diamond. So Country says, so I may or may not have folded. I did. And reached out to the DJ. No problem with that. He seemed excited, but trying to play it cool. Oh, well, that's nice. That's a nice response. How did this affect our future? I know. I tried to hold out, but I missed him. No worries, Country. We've all been there. Only human. Sometimes it's not worth, you know, I always think sometimes when we're putting more effort into holding out, that sometimes it's better just to give in and do the thing and see what happens, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's only worth holding out if we can just kind of get on with our lives. Yeah, but if we're using up all our energy just holding the line, there does come a point when it feels counterproductive. So the question in there is, how did this affect our future? Ooh, not in a bad way. This is a beautiful card. So reassuring, yeah. The Four of Inspiration is a card of celebration. So I feel like that was DJ's excited, kind of happy response. And the Four of Inspiration, you know, is a card of commitment, really. There's still a lot of love here. Yeah, it's mutual, it's both-sided. It's not going to affect the future in a negative way. Is what I would say this card is saying. Maybe there's just too much history there, you know, as well, that this isn't, we're not ready to walk away from this. There's still something here worth exploring, worth fighting for even. And the potential here for a future, because this is such a warm, loving card that is about stability, it's about commitment, it's kind of all those things really that you want in a relationship. So I think that's why Spirit's brought this through, to kind of say it's not gonna alter, that's not gonna alter the course of this connection for the worse. I'm going to dig deeper, have more information, pull another card. It does, I slept a lot better last night, says Country. So then it's worth it, isn't it? Then it's like, it's just whatever gives you peace, like move towards that. Tell me more, Spirit, about this connection, about what comes next, about DJ, whatever Country needs to know. So what, now we focus on what remains, okay? So let's give it another go. Five of Emotions is about the loss and the disappointment of this connection, of what hasn't worked out, but they're just a bit like maybe what holding the line came to feel like, that it was keeping us in a holding pattern, maybe, of focusing on the disappointment and the loss. And the Five of Emotions asks us to obviously grieve that and feel those feelings, but then at some point we focus on the two, say in the traditional deck, in the Rider-Waite, it has 3 cups that are upturned, but 2 cups remain. So this is about focusing now on what does remain, that again, just like this card has said, there is still potential here. We're not done here. There is something real here. So just continue the connection, work from the point that we're at, try to, I guess, as much as we can, see this just as a fresh start, and don't focus on the past, and just focus on what remains, focus on the good, celebrate what we still have, and try to move forward with that. So maybe even this, it could come up further down the line, but maybe initially don't even have that conversation about what went wrong or what didn't work out at the minute, just to get the flame, fan the flames again. Just focus on the good and just try to keep it moving. So I hope that resonates. And then once you kind of maybe get back into a rhythm together, then we can talk about, have more like maybe the difficult conversations, if that feels like it has to happen. Keep us posted as always. So we have Samreen next, my love. Tia Bia after Samreen, if you want to be ready with your questions. So I'll just post the next two. You're very welcome, country. Love and light. Keep us posted. Thank you, Tia. Maybe Samreen's not here. So I'll read for Tia. So Tia says, me and Pisces have been doing fairly well lately. Awesome. Good communication and some quality time together. Beautiful. I'm curious about what's coming next, his intentions, and whether this connection has forward momentum. Sure thing. Spirit, what comes next for Tia and her Pisces? Ooh. 9 of Inspiration. So remind me, did this come up last time? So this is about standing strong and holding some boundaries on your part. And then I feel like if you can do this, I can look deeper into, let me know if you kind of know what this boundary is that we're holding. I feel like if you can do this, this is giving the connection the best chance. It's somehow about you standing in your power, standing strong. Maybe it's around communication, about being clear and about being forthright, because inspiration is fire energy. So it's about being dynamic, and it's really kind of can be about being assertive. And if we look how strong this person is here, holding the line, asking for what they want and kind of not budging, not folding. Tell me if that's showing up for you already. This can be like future energies that maybe the Pisces might try to test you in some ways, and you need to stand strong. And if you can, then I feel like this will be good for the connection. Okay. So it's about being assertive. So asking for what we want, but without being aggressive, as you say. And that comes with practice, yeah. And so many of us, it's like either that you can't ask, so we stay silent, or when we do ask, it can come out, like you say, aggressive. One more, please, Spirit. Oh, lovely. And if you can do that, then you will, it's like an unspoken elephant in the room. Okay, which part of it is that? What's the unspoken elephant? Is that about you not being able to, do you feel silence? Like, do you go, or is it that it maybe a bit of both, and then when you do ask, it comes out the wrong way? So we're learning to be assertive here, and it's so, not many people know how to ask for what they want comfortably, yeah? So it's a big lesson. Definitely worth doing, definitely worth learning. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. It's like an unspoken elephant in the room, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Where is this relationship going? So we practice standing our ground. It's very important to ask for what we want, and it's about trying to find the right way to do that, and also bearing in mind the other person, because some people want, have different needs. If we can do that, then this is the kind of reward. The outcome is that we can. Temperance is all about balance. It's all about harmony. It's like finding that rhythm together, communication that works for both of you. So you get to speak out, and he doesn't feel attacked, but you still get to both learn. I mean, they need to learn as well how to ask for what they want to you. So if we can get it right, if we can, which only, can be through trial and error and through practicing, and if we get it wrong, it doesn't matter. We have to just be able, all we can do is do our best. But when we can find that rhythm and harmony, then you're moving towards when why are we doing this? Why are we practicing, asking for what we want in the right way? It's because it will bring us towards a sense of flow, a sense of balance, and a sense of harmony. So be patient with yourself as well. Don't beat yourself up too much if you get it wrong. As long as you're doing your best and trying to stand in your power, which is essentially what it's about, then we're going in the right direction. And value the lesson that you're learning in this connection as well. So something about this Pisces who's come into your life to also help you, to teach you this lesson. And see that we're working towards this harmonious connection. I hope that resonated. It hasn't, Josephine. The list is posted. Just scroll back in the chat. Thanks, Nat Nat. Post the list again. You're welcome, Tia, as always. Okay, Nat Nat, my love, thank you for posting. Nat Nat asked, hello, Seer, I hope you are well. Thank you, I am. What does Spirit want me to know for my highest good this coming January? Let's see what's going on in January. I was looking up, I don't know if anyone is interested in the Chinese New Year signs as well, and that the 2026, so it's February, I forget the exact date, the Chinese New Year's in February, and it's going to be a Yang fire horse, and it's meant to be really quite an intense year, full of action, full of transformation, and obviously depending on your sign, it kind of has a different qualities. But let's have a look for Nat Nat. Let's have a look. So Spirit, what does Nat Nat need to know for her highest good in this coming January? Ooh, 10 of Inspiration. Some kind of ending happening in January. Some release of a burden. 10 of Inspiration is when we have struggled with something, take what resonates with what this area could be in, or more than one, but it's something that you've intentionally been putting a lot of effort into, working hard and overcome many struggles. And the 10 of inspiration is when we get to finally put down that burden, that final step of this particular cycle, and start something new. So January suggests, I'll pull another card, but January talks about there will be an ending of some kind and a release of some struggle. You may feel burnt out by the end of January, or in the process of doing that. It's like this huge sense of relief, but also there will be a time for needing to rest, because we can feel we arrive there, but we show the battle scars and being burnt out of actually pushing to this end, this closure. Ooh, but you won't have much time to rest, because then the Chariot kicks in, which is the major arcana, and this is when we get movement and change. Like this, I feel like is almost your, instead of an ace, but this is your ace, this is your fresh start. The Chariot is about fast forward momentum and feeling inspired by something again. So you will get an opportunity, you will be magnetically pulled towards this person, place, or thing, wherever you're, what comes up when you think of this burnout feeling, this thing that you've been slogging away at for some time. This is what the area where you can expect to see the change as well. It's almost like we do a 180, and then it's like we're quickly onto the new fresh thing. Because look at this is you, and you've been pulled in a certain direction, and you've been pulled fast. So this is an exciting time as well, but it will be full on, particularly coming off the back of this. It's like bam, bam. Like you finish one thing, then it's like off onto the next. Look at all this kind of the reds, like all this action, movement, fire, change. I hope that resonated. Nat says, that has been my theme, I think. Endings lately in many areas, including side hustles. Okay. Focusing, letting go of people, places, things that are wasting your energy. And this, interestingly, so maybe you've been spreading yourself too thin, because I feel like feels like you get more focus with this. Can you see how the Chariot feels like one strong pull of direction? It feels more like through maybe closing out all these things, closing out numerous things, if that's been the theme, and then it will free you to move forward in the direction that you should be going in. So it'll be worth it, Okay, I'm glad that resonates. Okay, moving on. So we have Sruthi. Thank you, my love, for posting. And then Arisha, I see you. Just tell me, Arisha, so when I'll come back to ask you, but please give me a bit more history in depth. Again, remind me about yours and Salman's connection and the history there. What led up to you blocking him, etc. It allows me to give you a more meaningful reading. But I'll read for Sruthi now. So Sruthi asked, hi Seer, how are you? I'm very well, thank you for asking. I hope you are. Are my expectations of a romantic partner aligned with with what I truly need right now? Interesting question. It's a good question to ask. Okay. I'm afraid you have, Samreen. If you want to hold out to see if anyone drops out, okay, catch us next time on. I'll be live again on Friday. Okay, Samreen, right, get focused. Sruthi. Are my expectations of a romantic partner aligned with what I truly need right now? Muse of inspiration. So, I'm just having a moment of reflection there to get clarity. Okay, because what I think that Spirit is saying is what you need is you need someone who you feel passionately about, because this is the Muse of inspiration or the King of Wands. Look at all this fire, wings of fire with expansion. And it's like we need sort of movement and change and action, and someone who will kind of make it clear how they feel for you. They will bring change to your life. Kind of a whirlwind energy, but not in a negative way, in a exciting way. So I guess if that aligns with what you are wanting, then Spirit would say, yes, then you're what you are, your expectations do align with what you need. I feel like it's saying I feel like your expectations are not to settle, and Spirit is saying that's right, do not settle. Because this is so full of feeling, emotion, attraction, passion. It's heart-led, yeah, it's heart's desires. And maybe you question, should I settle? Should I? It's interesting because here we've got temperance, which feels more like this is about being patient and holding, I would say, waiting and holding out for the real thing, so to speak. And maybe you questioning, should I settle? Should I go for the sensible partner, you know, in a way, or like somebody who maybe you think you should attract, when really you kind of want the big love and the big feelings and the big passion. And I feel like Spirit's saying, no, that does align with what's right for you and what you need. That's definitely what I want, says Shruti. So Spirit is, if that Spirit's saying this is okay, we're in alignment. We do what is required to do this, though, is that in a way, like, you could probably have, you know, a relationship tomorrow in a way, if you just went for someone who was XYZ and you weren't kind of maybe holding out or waiting for this. So it does require, you know, patience, maybe feeling alone some of the time, having to work quite hard at staying internally peaceful and trusting the process and all that kind of stuff. But let's understand and remind ourselves of why we're doing it. It's because we're waiting for a real connection. Shruti says, yes, I often tell myself not to settle. Okay, because I feel like if I get too old, I might end up single and not have kids. Yeah. I mean, this is the hard reality of obviously age, but like, and how long do we give it? But it's also like that balance. Temperance is about balance, striking that balance. So trust as well, Shruti, that you will kind of know that and continue to make a decision. And I think at least for now anyway, you know, we are holding out for this kind of energy, and this is what you need in your life. Obviously, we need to do our side of this, like I always say with manifestation, is like to, which I think you are doing, Shruti, and you use prayer, you know, but to, you know, go on dates, to online date, whatever you do. So to put yourself out there so you're in a place to meet this person. Or I don't know, sorry, if you're in more of a traditional, if we are setting up meetings to, you know, in arrangements, etc., whatever your situation is. But basically you get the sense, as long as we're putting ourselves out there, then we're doing our part in that sense. But it's a hard line to walk, and it can be the desire to settle, or if we're feeling panicky and like it might never happen, the desire to settle does kick in. Okay, I'll move on. Arisha, this is for you. So Arisha says, Salman, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, next actions after I blocked him. Was he serious for me or not? Okay, in a relationship with him for past 4 years. Wow, okay. Shruti says, I will keep it in mind, yeah. Thank you, CM. Traditional background, yeah. Arisha, this is for you. Thanks for elaborating. So, is he serious? How does he feel about you, about this connection? Was he serious? As much as someone with his kind of character, I would say, can be, it's interesting, this Arisha, because the Muse of Voices, it can be quite a tough person, okay? They can be quite harsh with their words, with their communication. The Muse of Voices is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords can, in some ways, can be quite cold. At times, you can feel that sharp edge of the sword, yeah? So there is something about, I think because they've come through as a king, that their feelings for you are serious, are real and kind of matured in a way, for want of a better word. But there's not like there is a depth here. But maybe the question mark or the red flag, which maybe you're probably already aware of if you've known them, you know, for 4 years, that they can be someone who maybe leads with their head more than their heart, and they can be quite brutal in their actions, like cut people off without much feeling, and they have a coldness to them. And this is something just about their character. It's about who they are and how they operate. Let me know if that resonates. I'm going to pull one more card. The Emperor again. The Emperor it's reiterating this kind of energy about them. The Emperor is someone who wants to be in control. They like to be in control. They may even have control issues. And so again, reiterating what a kind of tough character they are. And this might be the issues that have brought you to where you are now, Orisha. This is someone who likes to be in control, Orisha, okay? The Emperor, again, is someone who kind of above all else likes to stay in control. And they're not someone who really gives in to their emotions, or again, they kind of rule more with their head than their heart. So I feel like Spirit is trying to say to you that, you know, this is part of who they are and this is their character, and that's not going to change. So to ask yourself, is this the person that you want to spend your energy with, spend your time with? So it's not so much about the question of the depth of feeling for you, because I think as much as this person can feel for someone deeply and committed to, it would be with you and it is there, but their coldness in their nature, the control issues, etc., this runs deep, okay? And it's someone who they're always going to be like this, so don't expect them to change, I think is what I'm trying to say. This is who they are. How do you feel about that? You know, ask yourself, is this your life partner? Is this the person that you, as they are, as the Emperor energy, as the Muse of Voices, not changed, not a better version of themselves, just as they are now and what you know of them? Is this the person that you want to be with, bearing these things in mind? If it is, then maybe we can look to reconnect and rebuild, but don't expect them to be different. I hope that makes sense. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Namira, for posting. And we're just going to post the next 3 names just so you can be ready. I'm glad that resonated, Arisha. So Namira asks, one second, just grab a drink. Namira asks, hi Seer. I had a kindly talk with my neighbour just an hour after your reading. Interesting. You were right, and I told her clearly how it's affecting me. Okay. She's going to do her best, but is very overwhelmed, yeah, with the whole thing in her life. I stayed kind, but I told her my boundaries are reached, yes. Do you see if it will be better or one has to move? Yeah, at least she admitted everything but was chaotic. Yeah. Such a difficult situation, because like you say that you're being generous and kind, and it sounds like she understands and she gets it, but it's like, you know, something's got to give, yeah? Not yet, Naresh. I'll call your name when it's time. Okay, so Namira, let's have a look. Do you see if it will be better or one has to move? Well, I'm going to keep on the cards because we've got a major arcana. We do have an awakening, which is quite interesting because it's like, I just need to clarify if this is her energy, you know, like an awakening in her that something needs to change and something needs to be different. Ooh, two major arcanas, awakening, the Sun card, a movement towards happiness. Okay, I mean, this feels positive. I feel like, what I would say is, I feel like she's going to try. Okay, so I feel like it has landed in that sense because we've got the awakening card, which is kind of like having an epiphany, yeah? Like she's open to it, she hears you, she kind of knows it landed, yeah, it resonated. She was able to take on what you said, and I do feel like she's bothered and she does care. Then we've got the happiness about how that can bring positive change and make you happier and her happier, and if we can kind of work this out, because the Eight of Materials is about effort and hard work and being intentional, which I feel is like what she is prepared to do in a way, is about putting the work in. So I do see effort and trying from her. I am a little bit skeptical of, obviously, just because it's been so long that this has been going on, but who knows? Let's be open to this. You know, we have to hear what the cards are saying. I'm going to pull one more just for advice from you, sort of with immediate effect in a way for now. I think because, you know, you've obviously shown that you've just been honest, yeah? Like you've moved forward with love and communicated your truth, and it has been heard. So I feel like, yeah, this is hopeful. The best case scenario is that, you know, that she can stay and that she can work it out, yeah? And that you can stay and work it out. You know, it's almost like this is what everyone wants. That would be the happy outcome if we can work it out. But it's good that you said, I told her I'm not going to settle for anything. So you've been really firm, you know. Yeah. So you're doing everything you can. The Nine of Emotions is like about your emotional well-being and taking care of you. So you've done that and you are doing that. So continue in that same vein of, like, you know, at the end of the day, this is your sacred space, your home, your sanctuary, and whatever's going on for her, like, you need to put yourself first, Spirit is saying, okay? Like, we know she's not your problem and you shouldn't have to put up with that, and it's kind of it's ruining your peace and your sanctuary. So anyway, it can change, but at the moment, how it stands is that it feels very full of hope. So let's see how she does, yeah? Let's see how it feels like she's up for the challenge and that she heard what you said and she does want to make it better. And if she's trying, and if you see her making progress, like maybe the improvements, you know, no doubt they'll be gradual, but if we can feel that and hear that happening, then that's worth hanging on to. But continue to put your emotional well-being first. Yeah, so tired and want peace. It must be just terrible. Exhausting. So let's see, it's hopeful, positive. Let's see how it pans out from there. Okay, so we have Devea and Sonali next, please. Sending prayers, Namira. It may be worth doing, Namira, as well. Have you, done like a ritual for peace and quiet? Maybe worth looking into doing that as well. I need to get more ritual videos up, but there will be ones on YouTube that you can follow. You can, ask for peace and quiet, for the best outcome for all, and just do a little ritual, and it can be very powerful. Okay, I'm not sure if Devea and Sonali are here, so just moving on to Kristen. We've got Kristen and Josephine, who are next. Oh, awesome. Yeah, for the meditation. Yeah. Thank you, Kristen. So Kristen says, hi, Seer. I just want to know S's energy towards me. I may have been a little mean to him and also blocked him. Okay, let's have a look. When was the last communication, Kristen? Let's have a look at their energy towards you after what's gone down recently and this blocking. Ooh, Major Arcana Strength. I don't see anger here from them towards you or upset or hurt. It's interesting. I think they still see you as really kind of like a strong person, a strong character, a strong personality. This is you, this is your energy, sat atop this kind of beautiful, courageous lion. And this is you looking beautiful as well, on top of this courageous lion. So this doesn't feel negative. Almost, I know you've been through a lot of difficulties and it's not been good. But they still see you, the real you, despite everything. And maybe that's why this connection is so powerful, because you feel and you know that maybe they see a part of you, all that in a relationship and in a connection, in a way, a lot of it is just about feeling seen. And I feel like that maybe they make you feel like that, and that they do see this in you, your strength of character, your courage, your lioness here. Anything else, Spirit? Again, this is you, them seeing you as this kind of 8 of materials. Someone who has got a lot going for them. And I feel like it's as well that somewhere maybe that they don't feel like a match to you because you're coming through as so strong. The 8 materials, you know, this is someone who is ambitious, who is a go-getter. Like, look at this woman who is kind of majestically kind of, you know, juggling a million things here. And she's hustling and she's making it happen and she's been successful. And it's the kind of like, you know, that you can live with them, you can live without them. But they think, you know, you will succeed in life, like you can do life good. Okay. So, I mean, that answers the question of their energy towards you. So I'll leave it there. I don't want to muddy the waters, you know, but it all seems to be positive here. And if anything, I feel like that they see you kind of moving on and being successful without them. And somewhere maybe they probably don't share this with you or express it with you in a real way, but they feel less than you. I hope that resonated. Thank you, Andrea, for letting me know. So I'll do Andrea, go ahead and post your question because I don't know who's left here. So we've got Josephine, Naresh and Andrea. If you are here, please go ahead and post your question now. And for anyone who has missed out today, or if you're watching the replay and you would like a free reading, then I will be live again on Friday. Just keep an eye on the community tab for schedule updates for the I'll confirm the time and open the list on Thursday. So there's a bit of a delay in the chat, I think, but I'm just waiting for final questions to come through. But if not, then I will end the live. But I know Andrea's here, so I'm just waiting for it to post. If Josephine's here, if Naresh is here, just go for it now. If not, though, I will end the live. What's the tea, says Andrea. What is the tea? I'll have to have more of a question, Andrea, to go from. Okay. Final call for questions. Do you have a question, Andrea? Do post it now. Okay, doesn't look like any more questions are coming through. So thank you all so much for joining today's live. I hope that the messages you received, I knew a question would come through since I started this. So Andrea, who you'll have to give me more to go on, please. Is he having an affair with someone else? So I don't do yes/no questions. Please tell me more about this connection, who you're asking about, etc., etc. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end the live now, but thank you all so much for joining today's live. I hope the message you received brought you some clarity, peace, and some inspiration for the days ahead. Remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always trust your own inner guidance. Like I say, I'll be back on Friday. Just keep an eye on the community tab. Keep an eye on the community tab for schedule updates, and like I say, I'll confirm the time on Thursday and release the list on Thursday. But love and light until then. Take care.